China just released the world's first open-source quantum computer operating system completely free, no sign-up required, available to anyone on the planet. It's called Origin Pilot, and it came out of a company in Hefei, China, called Origin Quantum. Nobody in mainstream tech media covered it. But it might be the most important software release of 2026. Today we break it down what it is, why it's a massive geopolitical move, what it means for humanity, how competitors are scrambling, and what every business leader needs to learn right now. B-roll. Spinning quantum chip, global data map, Hefei skyline. What is Origin Pilot? Clean animated explainer. Infographic style. Think of it like this. Your laptop runs Windows or Mac OS, an operating system that manages all the hardware and software. Origin Pilot is that, but for a quantum computer. It coordinates quantum hardware, schedules tasks, and most critically auto-calibrates the qubits in real time. Qubits are insanely fragile. Without constant calibration, they lose their quantum state and your computation collapses. Origin Pilot handles all of that automatically. What makes it different from IBM's Qiskit or Google's Cirq? Those are cloud-based programming frameworks. You access them remotely. Origin Pilot is a full, downloadable operating system you can run locally. It's hardware agnostic, meaning it runs on 3 different quantum hardware types: superconducting qubits, trapped ions, and neutral atoms. Write code once, run it on any quantum hardware. That's the promise, and no one else has delivered that in a downloadable OS. It uses QPanda, an autonomous programming framework that handles cross-hardware compatibility. And it has an enterprise edition with post-quantum cryptography built in. The numbers say everything. 72 functional qubits, 30M plus global platform, visits 120 plus countries. Accessing $65 QC market by 2030, China's strategic chess move. This isn't just a tech release. It's a geopolitical strategy. Quantum computing is one of only 6 industries of the future in China's 15th five-year plan. The Chinese government is treating this the way the US treated the space race in the 1960s, with full national resources behind it. And open sourcing the OS is the same playbook China ran with AI. The DeepSeek pattern. In January 2025, DeepSeek open-sourced its AI model. Within a year, Chinese open-source AI went from under 2% to nearly 30% of global AI usage. Alibaba's Qwen overtook Meta's Llama in downloads. China gave the world a free tool, and the world adopted it, and now builds on Chinese infrastructure. Origin Pilot is DeepSeek, but for quantum computing. Release it free. Let the world build on it. 3 goals in 1 move. Ecosystem lock-in. Every developer who trains on QPanda builds loyalty to Chinese quantum architecture. Tech, sovereignty. A full stack, from chip to OS, means China is immune to US export restrictions. No dependency, no leverage point. Standards control. Whoever owns the software standard in an emerging technology controls its future. China wants to be the Linux of the quantum era. Even American researchers are actively using China's quantum cloud platform, Wukong. 30 million visits. 120 plus countries. That's what free does. Section 4. What this means for humanity. Quantum computing isn't just a faster laptop. It solves problems that today's most powerful supercomputers literally cannot solve in your lifetime. Here's what changes. 1. Healthcare drug discovery in months, not decades. Quantum computers simulate molecular interactions at the atomic level. Pharma companies could design targeted drugs in months, not decades. Origin Pilot is already being tested in biomedicine, and because it's free, research teams in developing countries can now participate. That's a global health leap. 2. Climate and clean energy. Better solar panels, more efficient batteries, fusion reactor design all require quantum chemistry simulations that classical computers can't run. Open source quantum tools mean climate researchers worldwide join this race. Not just those with billion-dollar lab budgets. 3. Finance. A new competitive edge. Over 339,000 quantum jobs have already run on Wukong, many in finance. Quantum algorithms optimize portfolios, detect fraud, and run risk simulations impossible today. The first firms to master this will have an enormous, durable edge. 4. Cybersecurity, the danger no one talks about. Warning: quantum computers can break the encryption protecting your bank account, your emails, and national security systems right now. RSA and ECC encryption, the foundation of internet security, are vulnerable to quantum attacks. Origin Pilot's Enterprise Edition ships with post-quantum cryptography tools. China is building both the sword and the shield. If your organization hasn't started migrating to post-quantum encryption, you are already behind. 5. Democratizing science. For the first time, a university in Nigeria, Brazil, or Vietnam can download a production-grade quantum OS and contribute to quantum research. No billion-dollar machine required. That's historically significant. Section 5. How competitors are responding. The Western tech giants know the stakes. Here's where each one stands. IBM. IBM is doubling down on quantum error correction, the toughest technical challenge in the field. In March 2026, IBM and the University of Manchester used quantum computing to synthesize a world-first molecule. IBM Ventures just invested in 2 quantum software startups. IBM is moving, but its OS is not publicly downloadable. That gap now has a name: Origin Pilot. Google's Willow chip, made headlines for solving a benchmark problem in minutes that would take today's supercomputers 10 septillion years. Impressive hardware. But Google's quantum strategy is cloud-only and proprietary. No open OS, no ecosystem tool for the world to download. Microsoft is betting on topological qubits, a fundamentally different approach that promises fewer errors. It's a long-term bet that could pay off massively, but it's not ready now. And right now, not ready means ceding the entire developer ecosystem to China. Europe, Pascal. French quantum startup Pascal just announced a $2 billion NASDAQ listing. Europe sees the stakes, but no Western company has released a downloadable quantum OS to compete directly. The core problem: IBM, Google, and Microsoft all built great cloud products. China built a platform, something the whole world can download, run, and build on. Products have customers. Platforms have ecosystems. China is winning the ecosystem race. Section 6-7 lessons for every business leader. Whether you run a startup, a Fortune 500, or a government department, Origin Pilot has direct lessons for you. Here are 7. Lesson 1. Open source is a competitive weapon. Giving something away free isn't charity, it's market capture. When you release open source, you're not losing revenue. You're locking the world into your standard. Ask yourself, what can your business give away that makes your paid products indispensable? Lesson 2. Build platforms, not just products. Products have customers. Platforms have ecosystems. China built a downloadable OS, an ecosystem tool. IBM built a cloud service, a product. The quantum war is being won not on specs, but on who gets the world building on their foundation. Lesson 3. Post-quantum encryption act now. This is urgent, not theoretical. If your business handles sensitive data, financial, healthcare, legal, IP, start migrating to post-quantum encryption standards today. Governments are starting. Large enterprises are starting. Don't be the last one. Origin Pilot's Enterprise Edition already ships with these tools. China is not waiting for you. Lesson 4. Read government roadmaps. Like a business Bible, Origin Pilot wasn't a surprise to anyone reading China's 5-year plans. The companies that saw DeepSeek coming adjusted early. The ones caught off guard scrambled. National strategy documents telegraph technological shifts years in advance. Read them. Lesson 5. Accessibility creates moats. Origin Pilot is spreading globally not because it's necessarily perfect, but because it's the only downloadable option. In emerging technology categories, whoever lowers the barrier to entry first often wins the ecosystem. What barrier in your industry could you be the first to eliminate? Lesson 6. Build quantum literacy into your talent strategy. Universities worldwide are now training on QPanda. In 5 years, millions of developers will be fluent in Chinese quantum architecture. Western companies that ignore this will hire engineers who learned on tools they don't control. Start building quantum literacy in your teams today, even at the awareness level. Lesson 7. The innovator's dilemma is quantum. The biggest risk isn't that quantum computing fails. The biggest risk is that it succeeds and your business isn't ready for it. Finance, pharma, logistics, cybersecurity, every major industry will be disrupted by quantum within this decade. The question is not whether to care. The question is whether you'll be the disruptor or the one getting disrupted. Section 7. Call to Action. Origin Pilot is not just a software release. It's a declaration. It says, the quantum computing race is no longer just about who has the biggest chip. It's about who builds the ecosystem, who sets the global standard, who gets researchers, developers, and businesses everywhere building on their foundation. China made its move. Now, everything depends on what happens next. Will IBM, Google, and Microsoft respond with open tools? Will Western governments match China's investment pace? And will businesses take quantum seriously before the window to prepare closes? The quantum future is arriving faster than most people realize. And now you know what nobody else is talking about. If this opened your eyes, hit like, subscribe to Nexus Future, and share this with one person in business or tech who needs to hear it right now. Drop in the comments. Do you think Western companies can catch up? Or has China already won the quantum software race? See you in the next one.